Welcome everybody to the winner bracket final of the Singaporean qualifiers for the MPGL Season 7. It is 5 going up against CsW. CsW did defeat Kingdom in the semi-final of the upper bracket to get here. 5 took down First Departure in what was a pretty long game, but 5 just had a better plan for the late game there. So this is still a best of one, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, but should be a great game. Of course, this is from Dota TV as well, because the lobby was made without us, but at least we can still bring the game to you guys. We're HeflaTV, you are your English coverage, of course. I'm Couchor, and I'm gonna be joined by Danelie. Are you in Dota TV as well?
Yes, I am. I'm a little bit sad that we actually didn't get into the lobby, but well, it's a bit too late now. We're not going to ask them to remake or anything. We'll just go with it as is. Unfortunately, people watching on the client won't have English casters. I'll be very sad. So hopefully they make their way to our Twitch channel. But we are actually well into the draft for the moment, though. Tinker and Sniper will be the bans for 5 ever, whereas Can't Say Whips, they're going to get rid of the Naga Siren and the Bat Rider. So we're still going to get the Respect Naga Siren ban coming out from Can't Say Whips, and well, I wouldn't blame them. Naga Siren is Miracle's best hero, or one of his best heroes. It is a monster of a hero, they don't want to deal with it, and it is going to be a very difficult hero to deal with, considering the heroes that Can't Say Whips have drafted so far. They go for Troll and Chen for their first picks, whereas 5 ever, they secure themselves a Juggernaut and a Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah, Juggernaut, I think, is one of the heroes that, at least from the games I've seen, has won most of his games. Troll, of course, wins quite a bit of them as well, but usually the win rate on Juggernaut, at least, like I said, from the games I've seen, is higher. Especially when it's paired with the Vengeful Spirit. Definitely a good combination. Easy Roshan, Healing Ward, get the minus armor from Vengeful Spirit. Then again, if you look at CsW, they can quite easily Roshan themselves also. And as we saw from the round 1 game, CsW, they just kind of balled their way through the opposition. Having a Chen, having a Shadow Fiend with that minus armor, easy Roshans, easy pushing. And should they now also get the Shadow Fiends, this Troll is gonna be even scarier than he normally is.
Well, they already have tons of pushing potential. Can't Say Whips, they love their Chen, so they go for the Chen again. And now you put it with the Troll Warlord, so you've got extra attack speed for those other 3 heroes along with the Chen creep. So Can't Say Whips, they really love the pushing strat with this Chen. And also, Chen, he brings a lot to the table. You can gank with your Chen with his creeps. He also has the Hand of God for the heals. He's a pretty standard mech carrier, so that's the mech carrier already secured for Can't Say Whips. So they've got a little bit of everything for the moment, I suppose. They can gank, they can push. I feel like 5 ever with the Beastmaster pick, though. I think it's a bit of a deny pick from Can't Say Whips because they won't be able to go for that Zoo strat this game.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. It was really funny for me to see, like, the entire team smoked with 4 creeps, or well, 4 plus quite possibly Beastmaster, Hawk, and the boar being there as well. Just a smoked massive clump running around the map. But 5 of course. The lockdown will definitely be nice against the Troll Warlord, because otherwise Troll Warlord sometimes has the lifesteal. Or in general, you pop the Battle Trance, you try to just go and bash somebody suddenly, you get Primal Roar. Whether you have a BKB or not, you will still get disabled through it. So not too bad at all. Also extra attack speed from the Beastmaster means even easier Roshans for them, and in all fairness, 5 if they really wanted to, they could even go for a level 1 Roshan with those 3 heroes already that they have.
That is a possibility, actually. You did mention this, so they could go for it. But I think they might need a little bit extra just to really tank up the Roshan damage. They could, I don't know, I feel like if they want to go for a level 1 Rosh, they have to make it not so obvious. So a lot of the heroes that will really give away a Roshan will be like a Lone Druid, an Ursa, a Wraith King. Just heroes like that will really give away a level 1 Roshan attempt. I kind of feel like they wouldn't be able to, but early Roshan, definitely. Level 1 Roshan, very, very low chance. Can't Say Whips, so they're going to give 2D the Axe. Now, that means that they're going to have a frontliner with the Blink Dagger for some sort of initiation. So I feel like Can't Say Whips this game, they're going to go a little bit more aggressive compared to their last game that we casted. They're not going to play passive. They're not going to go for complete push. They're going to go for aggressive plays into objectives.
Yeah, Axe is definitely nice up against the Juggernaut as well. Just get some form of a way to cancel the TP even when his Blade Furying out. Get the Berserker's Call. Does of course go through Magic Immunity, so that's one nice thing already. Then even if you have a boar, that may just end up as an extra unit for Axe to get his spins from. But 5 now, going for a Disruptor. It is not too bad at all up against an Axe. Axe blinks somebody Berserker's Call, you just glimpse the Axe out, so there's no Culling Blade to follow up at least. Not that bad at all. Other than that though, I mean, Static Storm is definitely a strong ability in most cases, but I'm not too sure what the Disruptor is just supposed to accomplish here.
I feel like the Disruptor pick, a lot of the times you want to pick up a Disruptor because the enemy team has a lot of heroes that rely on spells, but the two, you look at Troll and Axe for Can't Say Whips, they're not really going to be worried about a Disruptor ult. I guess it's just you're not going to be able to swap between ranged and melee, I suppose, for the Troll. No Battle Trance. Axe, he can't throw the Berserker's Call, but those two heroes are already naturally tanky. So maybe this Disruptor pick is to discourage Can't Say Whips for picking some of the more mobile heroes that do rely on spells. So spellcasters like your Queen of Pain, your Tinker, your Storm Spirit, those heroes, they're not banned. They are available, but Tinker's been banned, but the other two heroes, Queen of Pain and Storm Spirit, they are available if Can't Say Whips want to pick them up.
Yeah, I think it's like not too bad of a combination as well on lane. Kinetic Field into just Blade Fury just to make sure the target cannot run away. It's not horrible, but there are definitely better Disruptor games as well. Now CsW though picking themselves up a Rubik. Possibly steal an Omnislash. Primal Roar definitely up there as well from the abilities he would like to steal. Even Glimpse Static Storm. I mean, Rubik in general I think is never going to be a bad support just because you have a stun, you have a nuke. Even the Spell Shield can come into play in a couple of games, but you can just steal, like any ability you steal, it's just going to be an extra ability that's still going to be nice, even if it's not the best of abilities.
Yeah, I think the only case that you really wouldn't want a Rubik as a support is if you're very much lacking damage. So a lot of the times, if that's the case, you will not want to pick up a Rubik. You want to pick up something like a Scarab Mage, a Witch Doctor, a Lion, just to have a little bit of that extra burst. But Rubik this game, he's got a lot of spells to steal, but for the moment, let's just hope he gets to level 6 quick enough to really steal the spells. We have seen games where if a Rubik is really struggling and he cannot get that level 6, he is a liability for his team, aside from just throwing up the lift and his very weak nuke. Rubik, he doesn't provide you too much as a support. There's a lot of supports out there that can do what Rubik does better, aside from the spell steal. So we'll see how the Rubik works out for Can't Say Whips. Now, we're going to get both mobile heroes that I suggested banned out. So no Storm Spirit, no Queen of Pain in this game. I have no idea what the teams really want though. Can't Say Whips, they can be pretty open with what they want. They can grab a safe laner or a mid laner. 5 Ever though, I feel like they're just missing out on a mid lane hero unless they're going to put Miracle mid with the Jug. But I believe he played Jug in a previous game and he was safe lane. So I think this is going to be a mid hero for 5 Ever. What would they really go for though to synergize with their draft? They need someone with some damage. They need a little bit more damage. Beastmaster does okay damage. Not that much high burst potential. Vengeful Spirit and Disruptor, they both do okay damage. No massive nukes like Scarab Mage or Witch Doctor. And Juggernaut himself, he's a carry. He's going to do damage eventually, but during the early levels, he's just going to rely on Spin and Omnislash. Not really going to be a powerhouse yet till he gets those items. So, what could 5 Ever go for?
I think it's time to whip out the Core Enchantress from Miracle.
Is it going to happen though?
I don't think so.
I shouldn't. It's winner bracket finals.
Shadow Fiend may be one of the heroes that they may be thinking about at the moment. Extra minus armor on top of the Vengeful Spirit. Beastmaster, of course, can also benefit from that minus armor because Wild Axe is physical damage. So
I kind of feel like Can't Say Whips could whip out the Shadow Friend.
Well, now that it's not picked from Firewa, they can definitely do so. As Firewa going for the lockdown, the just initiation instead, having a Puck on their lineup. It is definitely nice to have some form of initiation. Puck can also maybe just phase shift out a clutch Berserker's Call, for example, something like that. And Dream Coil, of course, trying to control the troll, not too bad either. The one thing is, Firewa, if this goes super late, maybe lacking in damage a little bit. Of course, depending on what CsW pick up as their 5th themselves.
Yeah, the puck pick though, pretty solid for 5 ever. They got a solid mid laner slash off laner if they want to put the puck there. So 5 ever could be pretty versatile with their draft. But I think they're just going to go for pretty standard stuff. But puck though, very solid pick. He's got some decent nuke. He's got utility. He's really going to help the team and can't say whips. They're going to pick up their signature Leshrac. But this is a 2D Leshrac. Really?
Is it really an off-lane Lesh? What? Wedding Crash picks up Chen?
I think they're just going to swap their heroes.
Yeah, I would think so, but... What are the odds of a laning Chen?
Well,
Max your Q and go.
I would rather just stick the Chen in the jungle. Just because it's going to open up a lane for another hero so that they get uncontested EXP and farm. I'd rather put him in the jungle. I think they're just going to swap around because Godot's picked up the Troll Warlord.
Oh, everybody knows Godot only plays support. What are you doing?
And 3-4-3. We'll see if he picks up the Rubik or if he's going to go for Axe. If these players actually do play these heroes, it'll be very interesting.
Maybe they've had enough. They're like, okay, let's switch things up. It can happen with like really specific drafts. As they're just... Nature is calling them. They have to respond. And those slackers could have come before.
Oh my goodness.
Well, this round should have started 41 minutes ago. But again, considering that the next round is supposed to start in 49 minutes, it may still be in time.
Not with the pauses, Couchor. You know what pauses do to the game.
They kill it.
They kill the game. Oh my goodness. So Godot is going to be playing the Chen, so... Godot Chen. I see a lot of Godot though, playing Chen. He really, really loves that Chen.
It's, well, from the last game, yes, they definitely utilized the Chen well enough. Even with the Enchantress trying to just slow down the Chen at the start. But this game, is it going to be any different? Probably not. It's probably going to be easier for him to farm since there's not going to be an Enchantress messing with him.
Not just that, but they still have a lot of push though. They've got a Leshrac now, who's going to have the Diabolic Edict to really push down the tower. So if 5-ever's not there, and if there's no creep wave, they're going to melt through these towers. So this is pretty classic CsW.
By the way, what the hell is the mount of Chen? Like, what creature is that?
That's the Navi bird.
Yeah, but what
That's
creature is it? It's like...
I don't know. It's like a bird lion with no wings.
That's like an...
It's supposed to be was it a griffin? I think it's supposed to be a griffin, but just got no wings. Looks pretty...
So a half-naked wingless griffin?
Yep.
That's just wrong.
Hunchback.
Who does that? Who does that?
Navi does that to their cosmetics. So, looks like we are going to actually have a chained Leshrac. So, Wedding Crash going to go mid with the Troll Warlord. Chains is going to go down bottom with the Leshrac. We're going to have 2D in the off lane with Godot in the jungle and 3-4-3 on the Rubik. So, pretty standard stuff for CsW. Not going to go for anything weird. Oh, they're remaking?
I suppose so. I'm not too sure if we're going to be able to catch
I don't think. Well, apparently there's...
I thought that they may have placed the ward as well. CSW, you're like, did you plant the ward on the ground? Because if I were like, yeah, we also had a kind of a bug. Oh,
Did I actually put a ward on the ground?
Yeah, there is a ward on the ground. Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Man. I was looking for it, I didn't see it at the start.
If they put the ward on the ground, then they're probably just going to have to put the ward on the ground for the next game.
Wow, who puts a ward on the ground?
Where is it? I can't see it, there's too many heroes.
It's in front of the Beastmaster. Like, in front / inside of the Beastmaster.
Oh.
I didn't see it at first either. I was so sure they planted the ward somewhere, and I was just looking for it, and they still missed it at the start.
Oh my goodness. So, I think... Is it still going?
I'm not too sure.
They really want a remake.
I would as well if. Ugh.
Yep, we're remaking.
So they want to know if it's the same mod as well. So they already remade, so we're gonna just have to jump into a new Dota TV.
Alright, well, I guess we're moving.
We are moving indeed. Well, to be honest, it's not that bad to cast in or from Dota TV as long as the games actually start and everything.
Yeah, they should just...
Because it doesn't matter as much. Well, like I said earlier on, for the viewers, because they can't hear anything if they're watching from Dota TV or no commentary for them, but...
Yeah.
For us, it's quite convenient to just press like, watch, go, done.
So long as the lobby's up though, you never know, it could be a 5-minute delay.
Dota TV, I have to say, in general, is awesome. It's like, if you want to run a esports game, just having a thing like Dota TV is one of the easier ways to promote it.
Exactly, and you don't really have to stream it if you can't. You can just have it on Dota TV. You just got to advertise it. If you don't advertise it, no one's going to really know your tournament's there, but it's pretty good. Except for the fact that Valve takes your money.
Well,
but they
it
match
also
it,
allows
right?
you to make money because of it, so...
I don't think a lot of tournaments actually make that much money from Dota 2 tournaments, though. Unless it's something like Star Ladder or the Summit where they have the really fancy cosmetics and compendiums.
Yeah, but those tournaments, they make a lot of money from it, from just ticket sales.
Yeah, but they're
Plus, of
very
course,
they're
then
very big
comes
tournaments.
the Twitch hitbox, whatever revenue on top of that as well. Of course, I'm not sure if you checked out the interview with Vilat, where he was saying that tournaments that also have like LAN finals, they don't like make as much money because just hosting a LAN is gonna cost you so much, like flying the teams over, accommodations and whatnot. But it's nice that still people are putting in the effort to just get LAN content, because I don't know why, but it's just so much more exciting to follow a LAN than, for example, like a 3-day online tournament or something.
Yeah, especially when you're at the LAN as well, you get the atmosphere and it's just, you get the crowd, you're with people that enjoy Dota as much as you get to see the players live, you see the games live. It's just, there's so much energy that being at a LAN, 10 times better than just watching on your computer, because you could always just watch the VOD if you really want to.
No.
So, what?
I mean, I don't know how or why, but watching a VOD is just like 10 times more boring than watching it live, although you're watching the exact same thing happen. But it's probably people, including me, being gullible or I don't know what, because if you watch it live, you're like, maybe something can go differently. But if you're watching it from a VOD, you know that if shit has hit the fan, there's no way for it to unhit it.
No, like when I watch VODs, I can't help but just check the timer so I can always tell if someone's gonna call GG. I'm horrible, that's why I don't watch VODs anymore. I'm just a bad
VODs
spectator.
just aren't half as exciting. I mean, I don't know why, but watching it live, especially from my earlier days when I used to watch a lot of football, it's like, if you watch it live, even if your team is behind, it's like, maybe they can score at the last minute. But yeah, most of the times when when you want to watch a VOD, I just check like score site, Couchor Gamers, Join Dota, whatever. So I'm mostly gonna see the scores anyway, and it's like live is better every way anyway.
Yeah. So this time Godot, he's not going to be riding his naked griffin. He is going to be riding his, I think it's a snow leopard. Well, that's what it's supposed to be. So a little bit more visually exciting than a naked griffin.
Man, naked griffins. The wording sounds so wrong already in itself. This one is definitely better, but like the proportions of the animal is somehow wrong, but it looks pretty cute. Nice eyes.
Well, oh, you mean this mount or the griffin?
This one.
Okay, I thought you said the griffin. I was thinking, well, Couchor.
The griffin just looked sad. If you've ever watched Full Metal Alchemist, the previous mount that we had for the Chen was pretty much like the Chimera, which was made out of a dog and a little girl. So yeah.
Well, I'm gonna
So,
no comment that because I am getting very bad visualizations.
yeah, that's how it was, so.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Alrighty then. Who would you like to introduce? Would you like to do CSW or would you like to do 5 Ever?
I'll take 5 Eva. So for the dire side, Chibix will be playing the support Vengeful Spirit, leaving Miracle on the Juggernaut with Poloson being the Disruptor, KS on the Puck, and the last one is going to be Ysera on the offlane Beastmaster.
Playing on the side of the Radiant, we have CSW. So we have 2D in the on the offlane as the Axe. Actually, there might be a jump on the other supports here on 5 Ever. They threw the stun. They've already thrown the Thunder Strike as well, but they're not going to kill 2D. So he's going to be able to survive a little bit longer, but going to have to chew through those tangos. In the middle lane, we have Wedding Crash on our Troll Warlord. We have our Godot on his signature Chen in the jungle. No Enchantress this game, so he's got the jungle all to himself. We have 343 on the Rubik, and lastly we have Chains playing on our Leshrac.
So core Leshrac, is there, well, they get the telekinesis, but there is no follow-up apart from just the Lightning Storm. Leshrac was not level 2 at the time, so no Split Earth to even use. But what kind of a item build do you expect this Leshrac to go for?
I feel like Chains is actually going to go for a quick Bloodstone. So he has the mana regeneration to really throw out the Pulse Nova. Then after that, a lot of the times you'd want to pick up a BKB, but I feel like this game, he can still pick it up, but there's always still going to be the threat of that Beastmaster Roar and obviously Omni Slash. It goes to BKB. So you're not going to really be able to rely on that to keep you alive from those two heroes, but I guess it's going to be great against that Puck Disruptor and I suppose the Venge. Venge still can go through BKB with the swap though. So maybe not a BKB game for the Lesh, or maybe he'll pick it up extremely late.
I think maybe like a Bloodstone into BKB, something like that, may be fine for him. Of course, even a Yule Scepter may not be the most horrible pickups. By a little bit of time, when you get Omni Sliced, for example, just use the serve. At least get rid of a couple of those slashes there. We'll
Yeah,
see though.
absolutely.
I mean, Leshrac is one of the heroes that there's like no so-called cookie cutter item build, I think. But does start with a Soul Ring, so if he ever wants to going for a Bloodstone, it's going to be a little bit easier because he already has the Soul Ring.
Yeah, but for the moment 2D, top lane too hard, just going to go into the jungle, so Axe, he's just going to chew through the jungle. The only issue though is when you pick up a jungler and you pick up a hero like Axe who uses the jungle for recovery, you're going to have to try and split farm between these two heroes. So it means that your Chen, he's not able to make full use of the jungle. I missed out on first blood though. Beastmaster going to be picked off by 343 and Chains. Did you actually catch that, Couchor?
Yes.
You probably did. Such a
Yes.
pro. Such a pro.
Didn't mess
But
it
yeah.
up this time around. Although I thought for a second that Beastmaster was able to outrun them, but just the last Lightning Storm got the kill there. Lightning Storm has a pretty nice range, it appears. So getting the kill there, just chasing him down. Split Earth did miss though, so it was a hell of a lot harder than it maybe need have been. Of course, landing in that telekinesis Split Earth combination while pulling somebody back with the telekinesis is just so much harder than normally telekinesis, and you leave him in place. That's usually how you play the combination. But this time around, it was just the Beastmaster being a little bit too far off for the Leshrac to get even close for that Split Earth to follow. So they tried, they missed, but kill was there, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, at least I got it. So now, unfortunately for Ysera, he's still level 1. He's not level 2 yet. He's not got wild axes. He's not really able to throw anything at the creep wave to clear it if necessary. He's gonna have to summon his little boar. He's kind of just leaving it though. He's saying no friend. I don't need you yet. But this is gonna be a very hard lane for Ysera. And the issue with your Beastmaster is if you're not stacking the ancients with him, he's not gonna be able to really recover himself. So it's not going to be like the Beastmaster from CsW from 2 games ago, where he had a Hand of Midas because he was farming incredibly well. This is going to be a poor Beastmaster. So 5 Ever, they've got to figure out a way to help Ysera recover just because of this very difficult lane that he's in. This tower though, it's dropping down, it's getting close to half HP, so looks like CsW, very quick tower for them. They have 3 heroes here as well, so, well, tower is down in 5, 4, 3, 2, Glyph! No! Why you do this 5 Ever? But the tower will go down, and not going to really go to anyone, unfortunately. Chains not able to hit the tower quick enough.
Yeah, if you hadn't started the countdown, they wouldn't have.
I probably
They wouldn't have used the glyph, for sure not. Even though we are just watching this from Dota TV, which has a delay anyway, it still wouldn't have happened. Guaranteed. And there's no way you can prove me wrong either. Oh, Telekinesis Splitter will follow this time around with the Fate Bolt and the Lightning Storm beforehand already doing the damage. Another easy kill, plus this tier 2 already almost down to half HP. And that's all without even a Diabolic Edict being there.
Yeah, they haven't put any point into Diabolic Edict this game. So it's been mainly the Chen creeps there to not just push out the creep wave, but to also put the extra hit onto that tower. So massive push from CsW and 5EVER. They're not pushing any towers themselves. They're just saying, we're just going to farm up on Miracle. We do not need towers yet. We can grab them later once we have the core items and we start rotating around. But I feel like they've got to do something eventually to protect the towers. They rotate down Chibix with Ysera, but actually in the mid lane, looks like KS might die to Wedding Crash. He actually chased the orb, and KS, bit of a keep play there, not going to go to the orb, but looks like he might die anyway. There's a phase shift. There's going to be the ultimate there coming up from the park, and that's going to keep Wedding Crash in place. He actually breaks the coil, so a bit of a misplay from the troll. KS going to turn around. There's the glimpse of Wedding Crash. There's a phase shift from KS. Can he get the kill onto the park? He does. So 1 for 1, but, well, I'd be happy if I was Wedding Crashed. He died to 3 heroes, and he managed to get his primary target anyway.
He did get the kill though after he died himself, so that's a little bit sad. Didn't get the XP for it, but I think 5EVER are probably kind of happy about the trade as well, because Puck may have died, or to be honest, he should have died straight out without even being able to get close to a counter kill there. Also, Disruptor getting closer to level 6, and more importantly, Ysera getting some form of recovery there from getting the kill as well as the XP. And even with the kill and just the XP from that, he's still only level 4.
Yeah, he's pretty underleveled for... It's actually not that underleveled, I suppose. It's only 7 minutes, so... Ysera. Gonna go back into that bottom lane again. Looks like he's saving for a Blink Dagger. 1.1k gold, never mind. Never mind. Just buy things the moment I suggest things. So we're going to have a Soul Ring on our Beastmaster. So he can really spam out the boars to not just harass the Leshrac out of lane, but to also continuously cast his little hawk for extra vision for the team. The extra vision, it's crucial, especially when you're putting points into your Call of the Wild, because that's pretty much a free walking ward for your team. In the middle though, looks like the coil was used. No, never mind. There was just a stun thrown out into Wedding Crash, and they're going to try and jump onto Chibix. And unfortunately, defensive Dream Coil to keep his teammate alive. So that's going to be on cooldown for KS.
Miracle, he's definitely at least enjoying the time that's just being created from getting the chaos in the mid lane. Gets himself a tier 1 tower. Mask of Man has finished up now. Lots of farm on him. 55 last hits as of now. Level 8 as well. Gonna go for quite possibly drums. Maybe Ring of Aquila next. Has the Wraith Band recipe. So I guess Aquila should be the item for him. But Miracle definitely farming well. Just waiting for him to maybe carry a TP as well, just in case, to be able to TP into assist when, for example, CsW go for a push again. The thing is though, if the Chen is close by, the creeps of him may just soak up quite a bit of those Omni Slash bounces.
Yeah, that's the problem when you draft a Juggernaut though. If you're going up against heroes that have multiple units, there's a very high chance that you're going to jump to the units instead of heroes. So I'm pretty sure Miracle, he's going to be quite cautious with his jumps. He'll take into consideration if he can grab that kill or not. He is getting a lot of farm though. He's getting pretty big. Mask of Madness done 8 minutes. He's got phase boots. He's gone for Aquila very quickly. He actually just has it right now. He's just going to buy the rest of it in the side shop. Oh. There we go. There's the Aquila. So, lots of base stats on the Juggernaut already. If he wants to fight, he definitely can. In the bottom lane, though, Chain's going to try and take down this bottom T2 tower. There's 3 Chen creeps, and Diabolic Edict has already been used, but this is definitely going to be a very dead tower. The creeps... Looks like Chen really wants to keep the creeps. He's just going to send them back home. TP though, Miracle's going to come in. There's a stun, not going to connect it. Nice spin coming out from Miracle. Now they're going to send Chain straight home. Godot looks like he's going to give his life away. Very big chop though. There's going to be a lightning strike thrown out onto Miracle, but that's not going to save the Chen.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of a cherry on top as well for Miracle. Not only does he get the kill, never mind, might lose his life. Berserker's Call with a few creeps being there. Miracle has the Omni Slash if necessary. Not needed even, with the face put just so freaking speedy. But he got the Chen kill, plus he killed off 2 of the big creeps of Chen as well there. So that's a lot of gold into Miracle, because he was more or less on 0. Now TP'd in, suddenly up to 800 gold again. And not only that, look at those Ancients just waiting for Miracle to farm them up.
I think they're going to wait for Ysera to come back. He's just gone back to the fountain to regen. I think they're going to give it to Ysera, actually. We'll see what happens in the moment, though. But Miracle, he really wants a bounty rune, but Wedding Crash is actually there. But there is a Omni Slash available. So I think Miracle is going to try and go for a kill into Wedding Crash, but this is going to be a very difficult kill. We'll see who comes out of this alive.
Maybe the Omni Slash, well, Omni Slash plus Blade Fury might be enough, but Troll is pretty fast with the Berserker's Rage, even it being level 1, but there's no Faithfuls.
Yeah, just 2 hits and Miracle's just going to back up.
What it was. What it was.
Why use it if you can't get the guaranteed kill? Trolls are pretty tanky heroes, so probably not the best target to try and go for a solo Omni Slash unless you have backup. But looks like he's found a different target. 343 might be in trouble. He's not level 6 yet. He's actually going to go for the throwback. Oh, unfortunately, miscommunication by CsW. There's Omni Slash. Easy pickups for Miracle. Now Chain's going to try and go for a solo kill. Oh my goodness, he actually gets caught into the Disruptor combo. So unfortunately that's going to be Chain's going to go down. 2D tried to come in to save his teammate, but everyone for 5ever is down the bottom lane there, secure themselves 3 easy kills, and they lose nobody.
Easy pickings. Puck also gets himself a blink now, so might be even easier. Plus, of course, this fight being on the bottom lane means it's so close to Roche Pit, and they head into the Roche Pit now, level 3, into the Wave of Terror from Chibik, so -5 armor coming off from that one. Miracle, Mask of Man is activated. Roche is gonna be fast enough for them at least. Although a couple of heroes from CsW, they know it's going on, but can they stop it? That's another matter.
We have a very cheeky Satyr actually going into the Roche Pit, so I'm not too sure if he wants to try and accomplish something. Going to chase after Polison on the Disruptor though, so very annoying creep so far. Ysera there, looks like he's going to go down very soon. Just a couple more right clicks will finish him off, but he's still alive. Polison did tank up the creep. Miracle though, he's still there. Kinetic Field going to keep Wedding Crash in place, as well as the 2 summons on the side of CsW. That is a stolen ball from Chen.
Oh,
stolen.
Chibik think he's gonna lose his life, got slowed down, and yeah, dunked from 2D. So that's like the one consolation for them. But Miracle, healing ward up, gonna go for the Ancients. Even with the healing ward, he's being pretty low on health, but should things go really bad for him, I suppose he does have the Ages. Of course, never an item you want to use while farming Ancients, and well, he leaves the Ancients be, but 5 can they snatch those Ancients away?
Yeah, they're going to definitely take it away. Miracle, though, he's going to be lifted up into the high ground. Now, do they have enough nuking power to get Miracle? That's going to be the Aegis down. The rest of his team, though, they're going to try and reinforce to save him. 3 heroes are smoked up. Stun onto Miracle. He's losing a lot of HP. Blink forward by KS, but well, was it quite enough though? Puck is just about to die and he just gets completely blown up. Now the rest of CsW though, they're going to be kept in place by the Puck ultimate. Now 2 buybacks on the side of 5ever. CsW, they're going to make a getaway. They're pretty happy with what they got. 343 going to be glimpsed back. Godot, they're trying to run away. Looks like Chains is going to be Miracle's primary target though, but he's pretty quick so far. Chains might be able to get away. Never mind. Omni Slash going to be committed. 3 for 2, but that was 2 buybacks on the side of 5ever. Now, it's pretty early, so it's pretty cheap for them to go for those buybacks, but it looks like CsW is still getting the advantage of those kills.
Yeah, most certainly so. I mean, Juggernaut, like I said, it's still rather early, so it didn't call. Oh, Blink Berserker Skull catches 2, plus a couple of creeps as well. Too bad there was no follow-up to speak of. Now the Primal Roar into 2D. So they get an additional kill, which makes the buybacks even better still for now, so by this kill, or with this kill, it's definitely worth buying back like that, but 2D, did he really think he's gonna get like the most obscene amount of luck for those spins and really get the kill like that?
Yeah, I think he just got a little bit overconfident. A lot of people that love to play their axes, they kind of get out of there, think, hey, I'm super tanky, I'm just going to go for a spin and hope I can chop one of you down, but unfortunately 5ever just a little bit too tanky to really drop down too low for the chop. So he gives his life away. I think there's really a misplay on the side of CsW. They really shouldn't give away those extra kills after they're having a bit of a win around the Ancient side. Maybe they got a little bit too cocky and thought that they won more than they actually did. So I think CsW, hopefully they learn from their lesson. They hope they learnt their lesson from the engagement. Play a little bit more carefully. You do not want to give too much to 5ever, because 5ever does have a pretty snowball-based draft.
Well, looking at the graphs, it is about a 4k lead in XP for the side of 5ever. Net worth though, only about a 1200 difference. might be a little bit, or might have a little bit to do with 2 towers being pushed down on the safe lane for CsW. As, oh, the swap in from GBX, he gets the stun into Wedding Crash, but Blink Berserker's call onto Ysera. He's so low, can't even get off the Primal Roar. Doesn't get dunked, but doesn't really matter to what he dies. KS blinks in, nice silence. Gets this just jaunt away, but Dream Coil was used on only one hero and doesn't really accomplish much of anything either.
I feel like CsW, they're just going to continue on pushing, but Beastmaster's going to come up relatively soon, because keep in mind, because he's still level 7, his death timer is pretty low. Primal Roar is available, Blink Dagger is there as well, so when he TPs into the tower, he's going to be there for his team. Now, there's going to be the Troll going down to Miracle. Now, the rest of the Omni Slashers went on to 2D, but 2D is a very tanky hero. It looks like they're going to go onto Godot instead. He is very squishy. Oh my goodness. 3 heroes down for CsW. Oh my goodness, overstaying their welcome there on 5 Ever territory too, and they might lose their mid tower.
It was really great poking coming out from, I think, most specifically the puck there. Multiple just blink in, Waning Rift, Illusionary Orb as well, just keep on applying the damage. Chen, does he? Well, doesn't even have the mech at the moment. If he had the mech, maybe things would have been different. As Blink forward, he gets the roar onto 3-4-3 Rubik. He just wanted to steal a spell, that's all he wanted, yet got punished even for that little bit.
Yeah, a little bit sad, but yes, Sarah's going to be happy with that. He's now been bumped up to level 8. He's not an incredibly high level, but he needs the levels. He needs all the levels that he can get. He's an offlane Beastmaster, and he's only level 8. He is essentially the same level as the Rubik on CsW, only a level higher than Godot on the Chen, but you really want your offlane to be a couple more levels above that level 8. Probably level 10 at least, just to have a little bit more utility with his spells, but Ysera's doing everything that he really needs to for the team, so he's not in that bad of a spot. He's still got his Blink Dagger, so he still has some initiation potential. I think just the only issue with Ysera so far is he's been caught out a couple times too many. So I think he just needs to sit back, throw whatever he needs to do, and I guess that's really it for the Beastmaster. Just throw the roar and that's it. Glimpse back though, they're gonna get chains. No way for him to actually make a getaway and quickly burst it down by 5 Ever. No chance for CsW to actually save him a miracle. He has a Shadow Blade he wants. 3-4-3, and well, that's 1 chop, 2 chop, lift it up, gonna be silenced up, and that's gonna be the end of the Rubik. So 3 chops and you get a Rubik. They might get a bonus with these creeps. They're gonna go for the Dream Coil onto Godot. There was a nice stop by the creeps, but it's only gonna connect onto the puck, and Godot chopped up into really nice cat sushi there.
Miracle, he's just hitting so freaking hard thanks to the tilting crit from the plate dance. So that's just going around this 5, getting kill after kill after kill. Plus, of course, tier 1 towers not having backdoor protection. They can quite easily with the healing ward. Well, healing ward expires, but even then, if they really want to, they can tank it up themselves. It's not like this one range creep will make much of a difference. So Miracle, just going around at the creeps. He's really like free hitting creeps, no problem from him at all. Gonna have the SNY finish soon enough. Already has the Asha plus the Overcloud. So 5 I think the graphs as well, yeah, suddenly telling a different story than they were a couple of minutes ago. 7,500 net worth lead for them. 12k in XP.
God, we're literally under the ocean. For 5 Ever Miracle, but gonna pop the Shadow Blade. They're gonna get a nice kill onto Wedding Crash, and 2D was here as well. Now 2D, he's gonna be glimpsed back. He's by himself. He's completely isolated. And Miracle was lifted up into the air. There was a stolen Omni Slash though, so they get 2 kills. They get the Juggernaut's Wicked 6 streak, and they're gonna get Ysera as well. They want to go for a chase, but unfortunately CsW, they don't have a disruptor, no glimpse, so no way to actually catch up to any of the heroes. I would be pretty happy if I was CsW. Massive kill streak stolen from Miracle.
That stolen Omni Slash, plus not only that, also a double man splitter coming out from the Leshrac on top of that Omni Slash. That was huge, not only because they got the kills of course, but Leshrac, he had just finished his plus down, now suddenly got those 2 extra charges on it as well. So even if he dies now, it's not going to be as devastating in losing the couple of early charges there. Plus of course, lots of extra gold, up to 2k in Leshrac, can go for boots of travels if he wants to, can start building up a BKB, Aghanim Scepter, whatever he really wants to. So just Rubik, getting one of the better spells to steal and putting it to great use.
I think he's actually going to hang on to it as well. Use a second charge of Omni Slash and then go for a secondary steal. It's a great spell, especially when you want to try and go for those pickoffs. And if you're lucky during the team fight, if there's any isolation, just throw the Omni Slash in. Or either potentially kill them or just drop them really low that they'll have to go back to Fountain. So pretty sure 3-4-3, he's going to hang on to it. He really likes that spell, but We are back to our passive farming mode now by both teams. They said we've had enough action. We're just going to farm it up and get our next set of items. Are there any new big item pickups actually on either side? Mechanism's almost finished up on Godot. He just needs a little bit more for the recipe. We have what seems to be the makings of a BKB on our Troll Warlord. He's only got the Ogre Club, so he's getting pretty close to that. But for the moment, he's going to be a little bit more vulnerable on the side of 5-Ever. There's only a Yules on the puck, and what might be a Crimson Guard actually on Ysera. He's got the Buckler.
Crimson Guard. Well, it's not going to be bad at all considering it's up against a Troll Warlord lineup, so there's going to be quite a bit of physical damage coming in. Also, even the Chain Creeps, they may not do the most amount of damage, but if they get enough uptime in the fight, it will also start stacking up by the end of it. So I think Crimson Guard is not going to be all that bad of an item pickup, although I think Mech might be the thing he's going to finish up instead. We'll see. One thing I was completely, well, I can't even say mesmerized by, but weirded out by is maybe more so the correct wording, because the boar of Beastmaster, it is not the boar. It's just not. It's kind of like a hyena kind of thing.
That's the cosmetic.
Yeah, but just... Ugh.
Well, they just call that boar.
Absolutely retarded and ugly.
There was actually
no animal looks ugly. It's cute in its own kind of way.
It's okay, I won't pay for it. But, oh, Radiant's courier actually died. What was on that? 500 gold, but there was a nice jump in coming out from 2D. Beautiful swap to keep Miracle alive, but he's dead anyway. No, he's still alive. Miracle, where is he actually? I have no idea where Miracle's gone. He just completely disappeared on the side of the map. He's actually up north. Now, in the backline, though, CsW, they've lost 3 so far. 3-4-3 is going to try and orb out. No, you actually can't orb out. Never mind, he will be able to get out. So 2 orbs flying all over the place, but 3-4-3 still alive. Looks like they want to jump onto Polarson. Miracle wanted to go in, but he was tanking tower pot shots, so probably would not have been the safest play for him. But 5-Ever, they only lose Avenge, but they grab 3 kills, 2 cores, and 1 support.
That Omnislash, or rather the swap, first of all, to even allow the Omnislash to come out from that Vengeful Spirit, perfectly done. Omnislash, I think it came out when Miracle had like maybe 100 health. It got the almost immediate kill onto the Chen, plus it was lucky enough to bounce onto the Troll Warlord as well, who was somewhat far away but just on the edge of the bounce there. So he got the Chen kill, immediate Troll kill after that as well, and Troll was in a position that once the Omnislash ended, Miracle, he was completely safe even from the tier 2 there. Just wow. I was so certain Miracle is gonna die there.
Yeah, I was scrambling to actually find him because it was so low. I was thinking, oh my goodness, where's this Juggernaut actually gone? But he managed to get away, and while he was trying to get away, the rest of his team was able to bring down a lot of the heroes on the side of CsW. So great play so far, coming up from 5-Ever. They've had a couple of quirky fights this game so far, but by far, I suppose the one in that top lane looked really good for 5-Ever.
So they get a nice fight, they're gonna get the Roshan on top of that. It's just so fast for them. Miracle hitting for just above 200 damage, 227 to be more exact when Chibix is close by with the Vengeance Aura. So Juggernaut really getting up there with the damage, and although it's kind of a solo core lineup you could say, Juggernaut is just so much more farmed than the Troll. He's doubling the Troll's net worth at the moment.
Yeah, really, really, really hard game for a Troll Warlord this game. Wedding Crash, he's trying to do whatever he can, but he's died a fair few times. He can't really contribute too much for his team. He's only sitting at 1.3k HP, so he's relatively squishy. There is a Beastmaster Hawk though in this very position here, so actually you can't even see my pings anymore. It's pretty sad that we're in Dota TV, but there is a Beastmaster Hawk. It spots at CsW. Everyone's just going to go for a TP out and just run away. They do not need to stay in the enemy jungle.
So one positive goal being finished. It really must be one of the latest gen mechs you can imagine, right? At least when you consider the fact that they got the tier 1 and tier 2 rather early on from their safe lane. So Chen just hasn't been having too fun of a time. Of course, Miracle's been a bully to his creeps. Okay, yes, blinks forward, gets the Yules onto Chibix. They will have, or not Chibix, Chains, and Chibix comes in with the follow-up stuns to it. He gets the Berserker's Call, but only onto 1. And suddenly he's the one in trouble, gonna get swapped back. Kinetic Field, of course. Will this allow him from running to the low ground? So 2 easy kills, and also I think it was about 3 Bloodstone charges lost there, maybe a little bit more. It was probably 4 lost.
If it was roughly 10 or 11 or 12, then it would have been roughly about 4. So unfortunately, Chains, his first death with his Bloodstone Knight's boost, so a little bit sad for him, but sometimes things just happen and you just die. So we'll see if they get a second chance to accumulate more Bloodstone charges. I think they're just going to give up the mid lane tower. It's on the low ground. It's a pretty scary fight. A lot of ultimates are down though on the side of 5-Ever, so if they want to try and jump on these heroes, they definitely could. There is a small opening, but I think CsW just going to wait on the high ground and let 5-Ever decide if they want to try and go for a high ground push or if they want to hang around. Down bottom though, they're going to try and cut off Wedding Crash. There's a TP, they have vision, going to send him back with the glimpse. Great plays. 5-Ever, they've been picking off CsW left, right and center. I've got to really commend their supports as well as KS for really finding these kills.
Yeah, it's commending 5-Ever, and at the same time I think CsW, they haven't been playing like that great as a team, and Godot, he's gonna get found out now. Eye of Skadi finished the miracle, doesn't even need Yoni Slash, just goes in, a few right clicks is all he needs. No way Chen can really outrun Miracle there. Gonna farm up one of his creeps as well, maybe even more, depends on how close to the base he wants to get. Miracle, can anybody stop him at the moment?
I think he's just snowballed to the point of no return. CsW, they just don't have enough damage between, you could say, the whole draft to kill Miracle and to survive the onslaught from 5-Ever. So it's going to be a very uphill battle for CsW unless they somehow pick off Miracle when he's by himself when the rest of his team is elsewhere. Then they're going to get a massive bounty off of Miracle's head. He's died a couple of times, but he's still sitting on a pretty big score. But 5-Ever though, they've been pretty disciplined. They've been very team-oriented though. Have you noticed how the supports and KS, they're always together? If there's a team fight nearby, they'll bring in everybody. They bring in Miracle, they bring in Ysera, they bring in KS, Polison, the whole lot of them. Everyone is there for the team fights because they know that their team fight is so much better than CsW. They're ahead, they're not getting cocky, they're still playing very safe.
Yeah, CsW just went for maybe a draft that's not as comfortable for them. Of course, pushing style, having the Chen, is definitely something that CsW run, but running that Leshrac safe lane, it's really always going to be risky. Because Leshrac, not the greatest hero to have when just trying to combat from behind. Miracle gets telekinesed, split earthed as well, but has the Aegis for another about 50 seconds. There's the Blink Berserker's Call. They're going to try to drag Miracle in, but Blink silence onto free Dream Coil lands on 2 on top of that. There's not going to be a follow-up to that because they're going to farm up creeps and go for the tier 3 in the safety of the Aegis there. Miracle now he's going to go for it. 4 smacks down Godot. Chains gets the blink out before he gets stunned. But without Chen, I guess you don't need the Chen as bad, but it seems like CsW just can't do much of anything against this.
I love how you said they just don't need the Chen. Oh my goodness. But, well, that's going to be the bottom tower gone for CsW. Their Raxes are under siege. They're going to go right after the melee Raxes, and, well, in all honesty, because they still have this Aegis on Miracle, he's just not really worried about dying. He's just going into the enemy base. I think he's going to go into Chains. Is there a sentry put down? I don't think there's any detection. No, there's no detection on the side of CsW, so if Miracle goes into Shadow Blade, they won't see him. Now, one big item pickup that's just been secured is a BKB onto Troll Warlord, but everyone on 5-Ever, they just disperse, they got their objective, they back off, they play safe, they got what they needed. CsW, though, very tough game. Their early game was great. Their bottom lane, they pushed down 2 towers very quickly, but I feel like they've just kind of lost, I don't know, I feel like they kind of lost their synergy as a team. They haven't really been sticking together. They've been kind of not really doing their own things, but they've been trying to get their own things separated. And well, 2D, he's going to be completely decimated. Troll Warlord, though, he's still alive. Chains, he's still there. He's popped his Ghost Scepter to try and survive. He's going to commit suicide to try and keep himself alive for that little bit longer. Wedding Crash is still in the base. Godot, though, he's going to be chopped to bits by Miracle and Wedding Crash. Can he actually beat Miracle in a one-on-one engagement? Battle Chance has been popped, but unfortunately Miracle was going to win that one-on-one fight. One hero left alive on CsW, and that's going to be the GG call coming out from CsW. 5-Ever, they win the winner bracket game, and that's going to knock CsW down to the lower bracket.
This game was, I think, extremely dominated by 5-Ever there. They weren't really behind at any point in the game, and just 5-man Dota is what worked out best for them. Yes, they lost a really fast tier 1 early on, tier 2 suffered heavy amounts of damage as well, but they were like, yeah, as long as we can keep the other towers, as long as we can keep on fighting, get the early blink on Puck, we're fine, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I feel like there were obviously Dota 2, it's an objective based game. You still have to get towers, you still have to get Raxes, but I feel like there has to be some sort of middle line between having a draft that can take objectives very quickly and having a draft that can also combat the enemy draft. And I feel like with CSW, they had a decent draft. They had a lot of pushing potential, but I feel like their team fight was a little bit weak. They fell behind and they just couldn't catch up. So I think that was the bane of CSW for this game.
So this will be it for the winner bracket final. So the next ones, of course, for now will be the loser bracket games, round 5, 6 loser bracket final, plus then the grand final as well, where 5-0 of course will be waiting for whoever emerges from the lower bracket. Also, we will have a small picnic coming up within the next few minutes as we swap streamers, because Mike and Grandis will take over now, the American boys. So hope you guys have enjoyed the casting so far. If you have, check out HeflaTV on both Facebook and Twitter. It's HeflaTV for both. For the casters, it's at Couchor for me, at Danelie for my co-caster, which you can also see in the title of Twitch if you don't know how to spell it. But I got kicked from Dota TV. How rude! How rude!
My goodness.
My goodness. But yeah, with this now, just a few songs, and Mike and Grandis will be coming live shortly with the next game, which I don't know yet who's it gonna be, but some game will be coming your way.